I would love to work with Farhan as a director. I'm inspired by Mr. Bachchan a lot. Being a part of his institute, learning from him has been the best experience. Online mediums, even a medium like Bollywood Hungama, is so strong. Today people are open to watching content like The Dirty Picture. So I think even the censor board should understand I have no problem with what they're doing. I've been getting these frantic phone calls from Pakistan. I had to actually go ahead and file an FIR. I didn't have much alterations to make in my film because ours was a totally different thing. I was writing the film, that is when Tere Bin Laden got released. Tere Bin Laden was a film I really enjoyed. Your film is appreciated, everything is forgotten.
मेरा नाम है अंकित.
As I was mentioning to you earlier as well, that in a way someone would say that maybe it's having some references from Tere Bin Laden. It was, I think, a fantastic film, one of my favorite films of the last year.
Yeah. I think, Tere Bin Laden was a film I really enjoyed. Ironically, when I was writing the film, that is when Tere Bin Laden got released. So my friends told me, hey, my friends who were very close to me and who know that I was writing a script of that sort. So they were like, hey, go and watch Tere Bin Laden. You might just, have something which they've already done. So you can avoid doing that. So I told myself that no, Shubh, complete the film and then go and watch Tere Bin Laden. And so I wrote my entire structure of the film and then I went ahead and watched the film. And I loved Tere Bin Laden, and luckily I didn't have much alterations to make in my film because ours was a totally different thing, because this was a story about 4 boys getting caught for a wrong reason altogether. And it's about an interrogation, it's about an 8-hour interrogation which turns out to all sorts of crazy events happening one after the other.
9/11 केस के सिलसिले में 4 लड़कों को एयरपोर्ट सिक्योरिटी ने रोक लिया है.
You've been having some issues with the censor board as well. And,
all sorts of issues. Actually, not just the censor issue. I've had issues like people calling me from Pakistan and telling me not to release the film.
That has happened?
That has happened.
Okay, what does it say?
Yeah, so I had to actually go ahead and file an FIR because my producers told me to be safe about it, because I've been getting these frantic phone calls from Pakistan, from a Pakistan number, saying that we're not going to let you release the film on the 18th and this and that. And then we had the bomb blast which happened in Bombay, because of which all our airport permissions got cancelled. So we actually had to kind of make alternate shooting formats and everything. So everything had to be worked around. So yeah, it's been a very difficult last 5 months. So it's been a very difficult period. So I think, yeah, eventually all's well that ends well. Eventually, if your film is appreciated, everything is forgotten.
In fact, I believe you're also having this, you have this grouse that maybe the bigger films at times, like a Desi Boys or a Recent Times Players, they tend to get away with certain aspects.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against them, but the fact is that if they are allowed, I mean, why are we not allowed? So I think that is my only pointer of objection or interjection. That if they are given a clean sheet, why can't we be given a clean sheet? I have no problem with what they're doing. I have no problem with their content. I'm nobody to talk about their content. But I'm saying that if something of a very similar ground which is visible, if that can be passed away, I think even things like these can be passed. And I think, what, when today people open to watching content like The Dirty Picture, and people are loving the content, people are loving the promos. So we as an entire nation, as a democratic nation, we need to understand that and update our systems according to that. People are growing. There's a wider understanding and perspective amongst kids, and there's a lot of things are changing. So I think even the censor board should understand.
What is the specific grouse with the censor board?
With the censor board,
yeah.
I think it was a particular action that I was doing in the song, which was objected, and
like a middle finger or something.
No, it just had a hand gesture, and I'd sent those pictures also. They clicked some pictures, and so I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, online mediums, even a medium like Bollywood Hungama is so strong that today, even if TV gets affected, online mediums help you out So I think that was lucky in my case as well.
इतनी फटी पड़ी बच्चा कुछ सुसु भी अंदर वापस चला गया। रिजर्व में होगा, वापस आ जाएगा बाद में।
He has been part of Shiamak Davar's tour for a long time. He has been in many films as well. He has assisted Shiamak in terms of as a dance instructor.
Yeah, and I've also danced, so I think
He has danced. So do we see you dancing as well in the film?
No, not in this film. Actually, we had planned something, so we'd gone to Shiamak, and Shiamak very happily, and it was very wonderful of him to just say yes instantly. So he was very kicked about it, but unfortunately, with time constraints and so many things happening at the same time, we were in the censor mess and all of that, so we couldn't make it happen. But I'm sure in the near future we'll do something together.
So how has that experience of yours as an assistant to Shiamak Davar?
I think that was my biggest learning in life, because I remember days when I used to just come to Bombay because my parents and my family has got nothing to do with films. So when I told them that I want to be a part of films, they were like, okay, but you'll have to find your own way out, because we have no clue about what is happening in this industry. So I remember I used to, during my college days in Delhi, I used to come here for vacation. I used to just run around from one studio to the other. So that is when I had seen one of Shiamak's shoots. So being a part of his institute, learning from him has been the best experience for me as a student ever.
Your first film in terms of acting, directing, he's acted in one film before, actor, director, writer. Now, don't you feel that maybe you're just donning too many hats at one time itself?
See, I know it's a lot of people also find it indulgent, but the truth is that this was a film which, see, two things. One, that people are opening up a little bit more. People don't have a closed mentality in terms of nowadays that, oh, you know, a guy who's acting can't direct, or a guy who's directing can't act. It's all about the film. At the end of the day, if your film works, everything is
everything
fine.
works.
Everything works. If your film does not work, I as an actor don't work, I as a director don't work, I as a writer don't work. So yeah, it's a big risk for me as an individual. It's okay. Life's all about taking risks, and if you're doing it for the creative satisfaction, I don't think you're doing anything wrong.
वो वहाँ बिग बॉस की तरह ठोक रही थी और मैं उससे सवाल पूछता, केबीसी खेलता उसके साथ, A for अलकायदा and B for भैंस की आँख यार.
Now you're having guys like Raghuveer Yadav and Saurabh Shukla in the film. How was the experience of directing them?
I think they're brilliant.
I
think they're brilliant in the film, and I just hope people watch the film, because these two actors have brought in their best in the film. And Saurabh ji's character, which is it's a character called Vijay Dinanath Chauhan.
Yeah, he was telling me about that. Yeah.
So his character is one which is hilarious. It's funny and it's out of the box. So I think these are characters you will take back home with you. So I think people should not miss out on that.
अबे मुंह खोलने को कह रहा हूँ.
तुम्हारा नाम क्या है?
सर अमांकित.
अमांकित क्या नाम हुआ भाई?
Tell us something about your inspirations in film career.
I'm inspired by a lot of people actually. I'm inspired by Mr. Bachchan a lot, because of one thing, that he's so disciplined. I was doing a song with Shiamak for this film called Aladdin.
Right.
And the energy levels that he had, even at his age, was electrifying, and I think he's always on time. So I have a lot of inspirations from the industry.
You, I'm genius, man. Make a wish, make a wish. Make a wish come true.
But eventually you would have your own way of working, and I hope that's good and positive enough.
Actors you'd like to work with in future?
A lot of them. The list is too huge to be even.
Any few names?
I would love to work with Farhan as a director, even if I'm, I don't know, I mean, people like him, I'm really inspired by, because they have never blocked their creative thoughts. They've gone ahead and done it well, and proved people wrong. So I think I'm kicked with people like him.
ना मैं समझा, ना मैं जाना, जो भी तुमने मुझसे कहा है, सेन्योरिटा.
What are your forthcoming plans like after Shakal Pe Mat Ja?
I have a film which I've already started. There's a film that I'm doing with Zeenat Aman.
Acha.
Yeah, it's an English cum Bengali film.
What is it called?
It's not yet titled, but we've already shot almost 2 schedules of it, but it was on hold for Shakal Pe Mat Ja to get over. So I'm going to finish that, and then yes, there are a couple of other scripts which are I'm listening to, and I'm kind of contemplating on which one to do first.
As an actor?
As an actor, yeah.
Zinat Aman film, you're not directing
I'm
it.
only acting.
You're only acting in that. Fantastic. That was Shubh Mukherjee, writer-director of Shakal Pe Mat Ja, which is releasing this November 18th. He has spoken about tumultuous journey in a way of just making this film, considering that they've had some problems as well with the censors and apart from that. And he says that donning quite a few hats may not be an aberration. Just if the film works, because if the film works, everything works. And he's doing a film with Zinat Aman, which is in English and Bengali. And he'd like to direct Farhan Akhtar one of these days. Thank you very much for being on Bollywood Hungama. Lovely to have you, and all the best wishes for Shakal Pe Mat Ja.
Thank you.
Really hope that it works, because I think it's a year of smaller movies. Many have worked. So we really hope that on the year-end note, this works as well.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.